You can also, of course, actually grow things that don't get the problem. If your plants are healthy and strong, they tend not to suffer. Aphids. Who thinks aphids suck sap here? Hands up. Anyone who thinks aphids suck sap? You've all heard it, haven't you? They can't. They don't have a mouth part for sucking. They have something like a hypodermic syringe they can push into a cell, but it's the sap pressure pushes the sap through the aphid. It takes what it wants, the proteins and the minerals, and it leaves the sugary bit to go out the back end. That's what then falls on the leaves, and then it turns black because a fungus mold starts on it. Now the aphids, in some cases, aren't doing a lot of harm. I allow black aphids on my cherries. Why? Cherries are hard to prune. Aphids wither the tips. That's the same as summer pruning. Exactly, the tips don't have fruit on them. They only have leaves because they're young shoots. The aphids wither them, and that saves me summer pruning the cherries. If I lose a crop, it's not to the aphids, it's to the blackbirds. That's who have the cherry crop. No, right? But the whole point is aphids do not suck sap. And therefore aphids tend to move to plants that have high sap pressure, which are those that are growing really strongly, over-fertilised, or actually ones that are suffering and under stress. And so you nearly always find that the aphids are also on the top tips, aren't they? Because that's where the highest sap pressure is. If your plants are healthy, robust, but not growing forced with too much fertiliser, they will not be as palatable to the aphids. They will go to others. And the same goes, fungus diseases also have to get into the cell. And if the cell has a thick cell wall and isn't plumped up too high a pressure, it's harder for the fungus to break through. Think of a balloon. Half fill it with water, it's hard to puncture with a pencil. Blow it up taut, pop. It's the same with cells. For things to get into them, it's easier when the cells are under stress and pumped up. So you actually just want healthy, strong growing plants. Seaweed solution is actually brilliant because there's always something not lacking in your soil, but probably not in as great a need as the plant, greater quantity as the plants need at that moment. We're now beginning to understand microelements and the importance of them. Seaweed, if you've got it in your compost, will do the job, but spray your plants with seaweed solution. It actually seems to discourage a lot of pest and disease problems just by making the plants a little healthier.